Welcome back, Wolfpack Verlis here, and this is how to use Mario. So Mario, he's got some cool things up his sleeve, that he has a lot of really good technique, and he has some raw combos, which you don't really see too much in the game. Now, I haven't played the full demo hands-on, but what I've been hearing is that a lot of, overall combos have been removed in the game, and Mario does keep a good amount of them. So, let's just start off with Mario's neutral A. He hits 3 times, and then finishes off with a kick. So we'll show that one again, just nothing too crazy or fancy right there. Little amount of damage, a little amount of knockback. After that, he just has his nice down tilt. This is actually pretty good for starting a juggle or a combo. And then his up tilt is probably going to be your main combo source, and you can generally get 1 or 2 hits into a smash and have a lot of things going from there. Mario's side tilt, pretty nice, just has a good amount of displacement. I think it also angles, so you can cause it to kick up at an angle as well. And that's pretty much all of his regular neutral hits. His smashes, his fireball does do a good amount of damage, that if we just kind of see, low charge is 15 and a high charge does upwards in the mid-20s. So you're going to get a really strong hit, and it can KO at fairly low percentages. KO is a little under 100 sometimes, which is pretty nice. After that, the down smash is really good for Mario. It's really fast, if you can see how fast it's coming out. That way you can really use it is if your opponent's trying to gap close on you to set up for a smash or grab, you can really get a good amount of spacing from it. After that, you do have the up smash. The up smash is something that you'll use to pretty much juggle with, that you can do your up tilt into up smashes, and it works pretty well. Don't take the sandbag's word for it, we got some other combos later in the video. And on top of that, you can come out of a dash with it. Now, since Mario's dashing isn't the fastest, it's not the best thing to come out of a dash with, but it still works out pretty well. Mario's aerials are really good as well. His up is really awesome for juggling. So, I mean, pretty much your combo is going to look like you up tilt, get a smash in, juggle with the up, and then you can finish off with his B up. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But overall, Mario just feels really solid. That I never really liked Mario in the other games, that in 64 all the way up into Brawl, I never really enjoyed playing Mario, but he's actually really nice. He feels balanced, but on a better end, on a stronger side than your average character, which is really nice. His back hit is also really good for distancing, getting some space, and zoning out your opponent. And his forward does have spike potential, that if you hit it when they're down, you sweet spot them, and it does spike them out of the air. So let's see if we can get the sandbag up in the air. And show a nice, well, it's hard to set up on the sandbag, unfortunately. But it just hits them straight down, and it's good for scoring some KOs. After that, his A down is really nice as well, that it pretty much cancels into itself. So if you look, I can double jump and then get 2 of these, and it's really nice. Also, if you land it, you can still have damage while being close to the ground. So it does finish off with a nice hit at the end that does have a good amount of knockback. So you can use this to help juggle with it. Once you have it up in the air, let's see it, let's get it up in the air a bit more. Then once you can do that, you can jump into them, finish off with some damage, and then keep them zoned up in the air. And pretty much Mario's aerials are just excellent to have to work with. So you have a lot of tools to get them in the air, you have a lot of tools to zone them. And then let's talk about his Bs. So Mario always has the trademark fireball. This time, just falls to gravity, and it doesn't really do too much. You can just kind of use it in between if you're trying to, at least you have some kind of distancing tool that, you back up, you throw a fireball, then you can kind of close in with a dash. Also, Mario's dashing is really nice. While he doesn't, dash a crazy amount or have a lot of speed to follow it up with, the hitbox is really good on it, and it lasts a long time, so the hitbox does extend pretty well. Mario's B side is the cape. The cape does a lot of cool things. That what it does is it pretty much disrupts your opponent without counting as a hit. So if they use their recovery, their B up, to try to get on the ledge, you can simply send them the other way. Or if they're charging a smash attack, you can send out your cape really fast, and you're good to go from there. Another thing, though, is the cape is really easy to come out of. That if you look, the cape, you have almost no delay from the cape, and it's not too much of a delaying move. Much like all of Mario's aerials, he can kind of jump out of them really well. Even his spike has gotten a bit more of a buff, you could say, that it doesn't last as long, so you aren't putting yourself in as much danger when you're using it. On top of that, we have Flood, B down. It does feel a bit nerfed because it doesn't really shoot the opponents. The sandbag gets knocked back, but the opponents really don't. Also, they tend to be knocked up by it, so unless you hit it perfectly on a good jump, you're not going to get too much out of it. You can kind of use it to keep away really quick, but it's not going to keep them off the edge to an insane amount. Then Mario's B up also got a nice little buff. It looks like he gets a bit more distance on it now, especially with the grab. You can, let's do it. You can fall off the ledge, get an A down, and then you can jump and get back on the ledge. So you can do a nice little double jump with that. So the B up does get a nice buff, and the last little hit does knock away pretty well. So it does help with combos that, you know, if you feel you can knock them up in the air pretty well, you don't have to be afraid to just like use your B up, get a good amount of chip damage, and then have a way of following it up. So let's go watch some comboing inside some games. Alright, so pretty much your main combo is going to be a down throw into an up tilt into an up air after a smash. So we're just going to watch that really quick. So yeah, you just get 2 up tilts into a smash, and then you can get your up air and try to finish it off depending on what their spacing is. And that's pretty much going to be your bread and butter at low percentage. So let's slow it down. And yeah, you just kind of, you can go 1 into a smash really easily. 2 and they might be able to get out of it, but it just kind of shows that, you know, you have a lot of free damage setups on Mario with this. And then you can kind of see how you can damage your opponent from there. So on top of that, you know, fresh opponent just spawned in, and now you can just try to get that grab combo in, and you can just see how easy it is to set up. See, I went for the second one there, and even at low percentages, they can mash out of it. So depending on how it goes, you do have to like find out how to combo. But if they do get out of it, they are going to be close to the ground, so you can throw out some other tech and try to just see what you can get your opponent to fall into. And again, you can just kind of keep throwing out aerials and keep your opponent spaced, and you can follow it up really well. So that's the up smash, also showing a lot of damage right there. Alright, so here's a pretty nasty combo that what I did was I went into the down tilt and then tried the up tilts and just kind of distanced it from there. With the damage, I was able to set up a free spike. So that was a pretty sick lead. So let's just watch it again. So I get my down throw into the down tilt, free up tilt. You have to switch the controller really fast and then just kind of mash into it. And I missed, it looks like, yeah, I did miss the spike on that one, but I do follow it up with a dash, and then I can come in and just really finish off the spike as it tries to recover. So that's pretty much what you have to look for. You have to look for a lot of spike opportunities, as well as the setups on that smash. So on top of that, you know, there's other things you can do with Mario that are just really good. Like, you just try to keep getting into those setups. As many times as you can get that up smash, sometimes they'll jump out of it. Sometimes you can reach for more, and then when they're in the air, you can just juggle with that air, the up air. So right there, I just kind of keep showing that, you know, you could just get a lot of juggle into smash, and you can bounce pretty hard. Because of Mario's really good, like, speed of his attacks and his low cooldown frames out of an aerial, he can do some really nice edge work that you can keep people off the edge and you can just throw out attacks. So if we watch, you know, what I did was I went and I got a free A down, and it's really safe. Like, even without my hop, I'm able to get back to the ledge relatively easily. I'm able to just kind of throw and keep distance around. Now, that was a really nifty move if you guys didn't catch it. What happened was I started my A down and I auto-cancel it into the up smash. That takes just a lot of timing and luck. So I do get out of that and I try to go for the finish, and it just shows, like, you know, there's a lot of things you can do in this game with Mario. You just need to stay in the air, throw out a smash when they're high, and just try to look for all those opportunities, because Mario has a lot of them. So one mistake I tend to make is I don't throw out enough neutral airs to keep the combo going. I've been throwing out a lot of forward airs in this, and just kind of shows that both of those times I could have landed with a neutral air and gotten a bit more damage in. So here's the nastiness of your B-side. The cape can turn them away at the edge, and then turn them away once they're in a free fall. So if you catch someone on the free fall and just throw the cape, it throws them away, and it's just some pure filth right there. Now let's just sit back and enjoy one of my more finer combos. Like, this is just really nice. So I do get my double up air into some nice distancing with my back air, and after that I just kind of keep the follow-up going, that I can get my smash in, and then when they try to come in, that's what it's all about right there.